Hey everybody, Pastor Vern for February 10th, 2021, a Wednesday. What can you say? Still pretty chilly out there. Uh, kind of slowing down things in a lot of ways. Kind of stay tuned this week for messages about worship this weekend. It is supposed to be incredibly cold on Sunday morning, and we may have to make some adjustments. So, kind of keep that in mind. We are going to be heading into Lent pretty soon, so kind of keep an ear open for some of those things that would be coming up that has to do with those with Lent coming up. And today we're going to talk about it's a tradition during Lent, and in a lot of different kinds of situations where people eat fish on Friday instead of red meat. And the fish fries have become very popular. I don't know how that's going to work this year with what we've got going on, but anyway, that's one of the traditions that is observed by some Christians during the Lenten season. And so, I did find something a little bit about fish in the Bible. There's quite a little bit actually about fish in the Bible, but here's one that is kind of interesting to me. After Jesus' resurrection, in let's see, this would be in John 21. He comes to the fishermen, and they're out fishing. They don't realize this is Jesus, and they're out fishing, and they're just not having any luck. They're casting their nets, pulling them back. Nothing's really happening for them. So Jesus tells them to cast the net on the other side, and when they do, the net is so full of fish they can't. It's afraid it's going to break. They have to drag it to the shore. It's going to capsize the boat. There's all kinds of things, and one of the traditions in that, and one of the things that we talk about was there was possibly 153 fish in the net. Now, where that number comes from is kind of interesting. The idea is that in the Lake of Galilee, in the Sea of Galilee, whatever you want to call it, there was 153 species of fish in that body of water, and that there was one for every species of fish in that net, calling it a universal net for all peoples, just as our gospel is a universal gospel for all people. In fact, some places even took that to a little extreme. They've kind of made that 153 a marker of things. We've had there's a restaurant a seafood restaurant in the Northeast, as I've been told, that on Good Friday they will only serve 153 patrons that day. Regardless of how many show up, that is the maximum that they are going to serve that day. Because of the 153 fish that were supposedly caught in the net after Jesus' resurrection. And also, there's a rather famous boys' school in London. It's called the St. Paul's School for Boys. And they, for years, limited their enrollment to 153 students. In a reference to that was the catch. That was what they used as their pinnacle for the number of students they would have. So that people take information from the scriptures and from other historical resources, and they put kind of interesting spins on them. And so that was just a couple of them for this week. I don't know how you might do some of these things in your life, but one of the things we do know is a lot of the phrases we use every day come out of the Bible. They become part of our vocabulary. And so I think about that a little bit. Phrases you might use in common conversation that are really Bible quotes. Y'all take good care of yourselves, watch out for others the best you can, and stay safe. We'll talk to you later.